There's a time and a place for love and comfort and pleasure. It happens after your trials and tribulations, not before. You need to build yourself as a man over decades, and then you can enjoy these nice things. I got married when I was 21. I spent all my 20s enjoying life, and every time me and my wife would be on some luxury vacation, I always felt this nagging, gnawing sense that something isn't right. I just got these socks, warm, cozy.
All right, let's make some coffee.
What's up, you guys? Got my black coffee here. I'm fasting. I'm doing a 3-day fast for my birthday. It's my birthday today. And I wanted to go on a spiritual journey, do a fast, do some hiking, meditation, journaling, reading. I'm reading this book, The Gay Science, with Abe Lincoln sticking out the top as my bookmark. Oh, almost forgot I brought this with me. I'm in Poland. I'm in Zakopane, Poland. I'm trying to go hiking in the Tatra Mountains later. But first I want to record this. I plan to record 2 videos for my birthday this year. The first one today, this video is about solo traveling as a man. I originally wanted to make a book review of The Gay Science, which is quite possibly the greatest book of all time. But I didn't finish reading it. Throughout my solo travels, I've been busy. I was gonna read it like on the way here and like at night. When I was going from my first Airbnb to this one, I decided to walk here instead of take a cab. Every time I'm on my own, I like to take walks and go on like a adventure and hike through things and just challenge myself in some way. So as I was hiking across this snowy mountain, not really a mountain, but like a hill, it took about 45 minutes to walk here, carrying my luggage and my skateboard. I brought my skateboard with me. So I'm on day 2 of my fast. Going to the second Airbnb now. There's a forest that I need to traverse. I just wish I brought better shoes. The shoes I have now are perforated. They have holes in them. Not the best for hiking through snow. When I was married, for my birthdays, I would not be traversing through snow. Like, I would take a cab, of course, to my next Airbnb. My ex-wife would rather die than go hiking and do physically demanding tasks. But for us guys, we have to do this. We have to challenge ourselves, or else we'll end up being soft pussies. Suitcase, skateboard. And it was tough, it was hard, and I was just reflecting on how when I was married, traveling with my wife, I would never be doing that. My wife always needed to have comfort and ease, and this rubbed off on me too. You know, your partner, you spend a lot of time with them, and they will rub off on you. So if your woman, and women are like this, they enjoy comfort and pleasure and ease and luxury, and those are all the things that stunt your growth as a man, and it stunts your personal development. So now, as a bachelor solo traveling, I get to do what feels good for my soul and my growth, which is hardship, challenge, overcoming obstacles, discomfort. I have to keep getting up to blow my nose. I got sick. I wish you guys, actually I can show you. I'll do that at some point. I'll turn the camera around so you can see there's a beautiful snow-peaked mountains. It stopped snowing now, but everything is white with snow. Poland, never been here before. Beautiful place. I was in Krakow first, and now I'm in Zakopane. So I'm always consulting with my assistant ChatGPT when I'm making these videos, because it helps me to make like sections so I'm not just rambling the whole time. And since I didn't finish reading The Gay Science, I asked ChatGPT to make me a script outline, and it was just saying all these like vague general ideas of the gay science, but I don't like that. I like to dig deep. I don't want to talk about like general popular quotes from Nietzsche. So I opened The Gay Science and I was like talking to ChatGPT, and I was like, oh, what about if I start by reading this passage? And I just opened the book to a random page, and it was book 4, passage 309, the seven solitudes or something. And I started reading that, and it turned out to be the perfect thing. This kind of serendipity. There's so many things. Okay, so I wake up in this beautiful snow-covered land. I look at my phone. I have the Bitcoin price, 97K. It's my birthday. People are wishing me happy birthday. Shout out to my friends who wish me happy birthday. Thanks, guys. Then I start talking to ChatGPT about making this video, and I wanted to make it about like solo traveling as a man and why it's better than traveling when you're with a woman, because you can challenge yourself, you can have hardships and push through things that help you grow. And then I wanted to relate it to the gay science, because that was the original idea, to make a review of the gay science. And I was telling ChatGPT, like, okay, let's combine this solo traveling idea with the gay science. And then I opened the book. I opened this great book to the page. I guess I should read it to you. I'm kind of short on time. I should stop blathering and get to the point. I'm going to read this passage. Book 4th, 309. Out of the 7th solitude. I'll put the passage over my face while I read it. But I can't believe I just randomly opened this book, and this is the first thing I looked at. And it ties perfectly to my solo traveling as a man video idea. It's just crazy. There's so many like serendipitous things happening today. All right, so out of the 7th solitude. One day, the wanderer shut a door behind him, stood still and wept. Then he said, "Oh, this inclination and impulse towards the true, the real, the non-apparent, the certain, how I detest it. Why does this gloomy and passionate taskmaster follow just me? I should like to rest, but it does not permit me to do so. Are there not a host of things seducing me to tarry?" And tarry means like linger. So seducing me to linger. Everywhere there are gardens of Armida for me. Gardens of Armida, it basically means it's like a trap of pleasure and comfort, or it's like a metaphor for comfort and distraction. So everywhere there are gardens of Armida for me, and therefore there will ever be fresh separations and fresh bitterness of heart. I must set my foot forward, my weary, wounded foot. And because I feel I must do this, I often cast grim glances back at the most beautiful things which could not detain me, because they could not detain me. So Nietzsche is saying that comfort and pleasure seduce us to stay where we are instead of pushing forward and going where we need to go. And the Gardens of Armida is a story about a A magical, beautiful garden. It's a magical garden that traps the hero with beauty and pleasure. So he stays there instead of moving forward where he needs to be. This is so apt to everything I talk about on this channel. I looked it up and it comes from an epic poem by Torquato Tasso. In the poem, Armida is an enchantress who creates a magical, seductive garden to trap the hero, Ronaldo. The garden represents temptation and the ease of giving up one's mission for pleasure. Story of my life. The gardens of Armida for me was my marriage, because the comfort and pleasure and ease and luxury of my marriage, which trapped me for 12 years, it stifled my self-growth. It stifled my progress in life. I'm sure you guys can relate. What is your garden of Armida? It could be a bad habit, like playing video games. Maybe you spent 10 years addicted to video games or something. It's something that is like, it's so appealing. It's like beautiful pleasure, comfort, and you get sucked into it instead of doing the hard, uncomfortable journey of life as a man, of growth and hardship and challenge. And that's what I think relationships are for young men. I think you shouldn't be in a committed relationship as a young man, because like living with a woman, because that it's a trap. That comfort and pleasure seduces you into a life of ease, and you stop pushing forward. You stop pushing yourself and growing. It's very seductive. You know, you're making money, you have a beautiful woman. It's very easy to fall into this life of hedonism, and you get further and further away from your purpose, or from finding and building your purpose, because you're trapped in this hedonistic lifestyle. There's a time and a place for love and comfort and pleasure, but it's not, it happens after your trials and tribulations, not before. You need to build yourself as a man over decades, and then you can enjoy these nice things. I got married when I was 21. I spent all my 20s enjoying life. And every time me and my wife would be on some luxury vacation, I always felt this nagging, gnawing sense that something isn't right. Because I didn't grow, I didn't build myself as a man. I didn't go through the hardships. I went through hardships, obviously, probably more than most people, but it wasn't my way of life. Doing hard, challenging things wasn't how I was living on a day-to-day basis. And now that I'm a single man, this is my life. Now I solo travel, and I do hard things, uncomfortable things that build me and that help me grow. And the title of the passage, out of the seventh solitude. What does that mean? Out of the seventh solitude. For me, it means it's like a deep sort of solitude where you confront yourself and your purpose. It's like a very mental and spiritual type of solitude, like the deepest solitude you can have. And you can't get to this place where you confront yourself and your purpose when you're trapped in the garden of Armida, when you're trapped in comfort and pleasure and ease, which is a relationship with a woman. It's comfort, it's pleasure, it's ease. A relationship thrives on comfort. You need that. That's what it is. The warmth, the love, the nurturing, the cozy. It's like, it's all these pleasant, nice things that are so seductive, and It's these things that will trap you and keep you away from the deep, hard inner work. They will keep you from progressing on your journey to self-overcoming and removing the limits that are self-imposed. So we talk a lot about masculinity on this channel. This is a men's channel, specifically men's mental health education. And I think true masculinity is all about independence. Nietzsche said, become who you are. How do you become who you are? You need to go through trials and tribulations, challenges, hardships. And that means independence, self-reliance, and relying on yourself first and foremost, not relying on anyone else. This means facing discomfort. It wasn't comfortable walking here carrying my luggage and skateboard through snowy hills, but I enjoyed it because it felt good. I know this is the right path. This is how I should live my life, doing hard things. I'm fasting. This is day 3 of fasting. I'm very hungry. Well, the first 2 days are much harder. Today is a bit easier. I'll break my fast for my birthday dinner with some soup. But this is how I spend my birthdays now. I travel and go on a journey of self-growth. I don't like traveling usually. That's why I tend to only do it once a year for my birthday, because for most people, traveling is about taking a holiday, taking a vacation. It's about enjoyment and pleasure, and this is why they do it with a woman, because women are all about enjoyment and comfort and pleasure. It's very feminine to travel somewhere just to enjoy yourself. As a man, you should solo travel, and you should have a purpose for your travel. Like my purpose is to do this spiritual journey, fasting, meditation, journaling, reading. I'm being productive by recording this video. And actually the main purpose is for me to quit weed. So when I go back home, I'm gonna continue this clean, healthy mindset. I've been smoking weed all day, every day for the last 5 or 6 months, and I'm just ready to put that behind me and focus on my life's work, which is making educational content for young men and teaching you guys lessons that I've learned through my life. And hopefully that gives you some value. If you're in the trenches right now, if you're just living alone and trying to make it in this world, I hope that these videos give you some motivation to keep pushing, because you're on the right path. And if you're a guy in a cushy, comfy, cozy relationship with a woman, and you're having sex every day, busting your nut every day, and you're not pushing yourself as a man, let this be a wake-up call. Because I did that. I lived that lifestyle for 12 years. And I know now that it stunted my growth and my progress on this self-overcoming journey. I didn't even know what self-overcoming was. I wasn't reading philosophy during my marriage. I was too busy indulging in every comfort and pleasure and luxury. This life is so much more fulfilling. And you can't live this life when you're in a relationship. Women don't like this stuff, and as they shouldn't. A woman's life should be easy and comfortable. All the things I'm talking about, like pushing yourself, challenging yourself, hardship, these things make you more masculine, and for men, it's good to be more masculine. For women, I don't think it's good. Women need to stay feminine by avoiding challenge and hardship. Women should live in a world of love and play and ease and comfort. That's great for them. Eventually, they will have the hardship of giving birth and raising children. But even then, they should come nowhere near the level of hardship and challenge that men have to face to become who they are and to achieve their full potential. So, young men, go through these years and decades of solo travel, like going on journeys that push you to grow as a man. And as you develop yourself as a man, as you get more experience, more cultured, you get smarter, stronger, you make more money. This is a big one. You need to build wealth. And then in like your 40s and 50s, you can settle down with a beautiful young woman, raise a family, and then you can travel with your family, and then you can enjoy ease, luxury, comfort, because you spent decades building yourself internally, building your wealth, and now you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. But don't do it too soon like I did. I did that through my 20s, minus the children part. I think you should use your 20s and 30s, maybe even your 40s, to live this hard life of challenge and growth and becoming who you are, as Nietzsche would say. Because then you can get a much better woman. You'll have much more money to live exactly how you want. You have to build this strength. You have to build power over decades. Don't try to enjoy your life too soon. That's what this nagging, gnawing feeling was in the background when I was on these luxury vacations with my ex-wife. It's because deep down I knew this wasn't right. I should not be doing this right now. I should be working hard to develop myself. But you live and you learn. And I lived, so now you can learn from my mistakes and my lessons. I'm glad I had to learn these lessons. I just wish I didn't spend so much time in the world of the feminine world of comfort and ease and pleasure and luxury. I just wish I could have learned my lessons quicker. But I'm a man. Men really don't have a biological clock ticking that forces us to have relationships and make a family. That's a woman thing. They should do it as early as possible, like in their 20s. For men, we can start a family in our 40s, 50s, 60s, so we should use our younger years to build ourselves up. So I don't want you to think like your whole life should be challenge and hardship. I mean, it should be to some extent, because you can always continue growing. There's no limit to how high you can ascend. But there is a time for comfort and pleasure and luxury and ease and love and family and all these soft, nice things. There's a time and a place, and it's after you've put in the work to build yourself, after you've gone through the trials and tribulations that craft you and forge you into a man of value. If you're a young man right now in your 20s, you have not become a man of value. I don't care if you're a multimillionaire TikTok dancer. This isn't about money. This is about experience and growing and building yourself internally. It has little to do with the external world. But young guys, they see their peers in a relationship, on a vacation with their woman. Maybe my friends saw me doing that a few years ago in Santorini with my wife, enjoying life. Guys get FOMO. They're like, oh, I want that. I'm over here grinding, waking up early, going to the gym, barely scraping by, trying to make it in this hard, cruel world. And here's these guys enjoying pleasure and luxury and love with a beautiful woman. So they get FOMO and they want to do that too. They want to skip the steps. That's what I did. I skipped the steps. And that's why I didn't really fully enjoy myself when I was on these vacations. As a young man, you need to focus on discipline, challenging yourself, becoming who you are. And then after you've built yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, you've built your body through a decade plus in the gym. Financially, you've built a business that will take care of you and your family for the rest of your life. You have assets. Then at that point, you can enjoy these nice, soft, pleasurable things guilt-free. Then you can travel the world with your beautiful young wife and your young children, enjoying what this world has to offer as a strong, independent, wealthy man of value. But until then, it's discipline, challenge, and self-growth. So solo traveling, it's not about seeing the world and discovering new places. It's about discovering yourself. It's about seeing who you are through challenges and adversity and the growth that comes from that. All right, guys, I gotta go do this hike. I'm excited. The snow has let up, so I think now's a good time. If this topic resonates with you, please leave a comment, like this video. That helps a ton. Now that I'm quitting weed, I'm gonna be making a lot more videos. And the feedback on these, like the comments of the videos, this is what helps me make new videos. I usually base it off of the feedback I got in the previous video. Also subscribe to this channel if you like these topics. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.